Yo, shout out the guy More Pegasus. Yo, if you're not, oh, this is the return of Lil Tay is disturbing. Yeah, it was, but the guy More Pegasus, bro, this is crazy. 38,000 views in 1 hour. Go check my man's out. He do a lot of videos on Hasan though.
To a series so epic, we've reached 100 episodes. In today's video, Asmongold is calling out Hasan for pretending to be some sort of main character superhero. He's responding to Hasan asking why none of his content creator friends are defending him. Hasan has called out XQC for apparently only doing transactional relationships, and he started a massive beef. XQC has responded calling him a hypocrite, saying he only collabs for personal gain. They go back and forth, and XQC calls him a jealous liar who promotes terrorism. Hasan calls him racist in response. Twitch is finally cracking down on bots, and a lot of people are being exposed. Hasan is calling out Asmongold and Tectone for being botted. Local idiot iDubbbz is apparently making a video about the drama surrounding his wife Anissa. Subscribe or you actually have to get a job. I said the J slur. Jimmy Jelly Jenga Jellywig.
Let's up those numbers!
Also, as promised, episode 100, I have officially changed my shirt. All the comments can stop now. A truly legendary event. Right, so last time we talked about Hasan pretending to be some sort of a superhero, right? Being the only one fighting against the forces of evil, that being Asmongold and the Sloptuber complex.
And there's only one person who is actively in the top, regularly duking it out with these people.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Asmongold is kind of weird. He's kind of weird. The dude had like a dead rat in his room one time. Dude doesn't really. I don't. Why would you stream that? I have no idea. I don't know.
People.
Well, Asmon has responded.
There's
in the
one
top,
man
regularly duking it out with these people,
and it's you.
I remember a time he didn't clean his room in so long and he wanted to stream it, and there was like some rotten pizza, bro. I don't even want to think about it.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
That person is ritualistically humiliated with ridiculous smears over and over again and turned into a toxic pariah.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be doing crazy shit, and you smear other people all the time. You do this all. You make shit up about people constantly. You do, and you know you do.
No way. Are you telling me that Hasan is not actually Superman? You're telling me he isn't the sole revolutionary, the main character who is saving the world from all oppression and all forms of violence? There's no way. Hasan told me he's literally a god. There's no way, guys. I, as a Hamas Piker supporter, actually thought that he's the only one brave enough to stand up to the far-right Nazis, being Ethan Klein, of course, and this guy who plays video games. You know who Hasan actually is? He's like that toilet plunger guy from Codename Kids Next Door. He's literally Toilinator, dude. He legitimately, like, he's an absolute embarrassment, but legitimately thinks that everybody should actually take him seriously, bro. Right, so then he talks about harassment.
They don't actually understand where that silence comes from these other content creators. They don't see.
I think this goes both ways, by the way. I think there are a lot of people who would speak up and be more critical of Hasan, but they're also afraid of his fan base because of how much he weaponizes his fan base on Twitter.
Right.
He will constantly do that. He'll do that all the time. Like, the moment somebody's oppositional to him, he'll retweet them, he'll make posts about them, he'll talk about them, and then, like, also people in his orbit will say things that are a lot worse than what he says. And there's an entire, like, fucking, misrepresentation in, fucking complex that happens with these people. So I think this cuts both ways.
Listen, here's a central rule on the internet. If you say stupid shit on the internet, chances are you're gonna get some flack. That's just how it is. If you support terrorists on the internet, I feel like the average person is not trying to harass you. They're just trying to tell you, hey, this is kind of bad, bro. You should probably stop. You're leading to actual harm in the real world, right? Yeah. Now, why is it that the average Hasan supporter seems to receive a lot of of criticism on the internet. Well, it doesn't help that all of your supporters just conveniently happen to be the most degenerate freaks on the entire internet. From gooners thirsting after high schoolers, that was literally your mod, to people wishing PTSD on veterans, to psychopathic stalking, doxing freaks, to people taking money from charity, to people talking about Jews in that manner, which I can't even mention, which is so annoying. Yeah, like all of your company just absolutely sucks, man. It just happens to be the case that all Hasan supporters are degenerate freaks who should not have a platform, it seems like. People responded what Hasan thinks he is versus what he actually is, and we just got the ultimate SpongeBob reference here. By the way, guys, I gotta point out that this is actually an inaccurate reference because this sting is from the king of all jellyfish, Jellywig, and Jellywig would never sting Hasan. He would suck him off. He would never sting Hasan. So, therefore, inaccurate, although I see what you were going for. Now, last time we talked about how Hasan was complaining that his legion of friends that he definitely has behind the scenes does not actually defend him publicly. Obviously, according to Hasan, there's tens of thousands of content creators in the background secretly supporting Hasan, but they're afraid to actually speak out because of harassment from Asmongold, it seems. Just this fucking, like, everything is Asmongold, it seems like. You know, they definitely exist, just like the Tooth Fairy. Well, Asmon responded explaining why nobody actually defends him.
You gotta stop bringing up the weird shit where you talk about Gila Klein and being a valid military target. You think that if you think that you didn't mean it that way, then why is everybody in the comments of her Instagram saying that she's a valid military target? Why is that? It's because you never had to say her name. You never had to do that. Nobody asked you to do that. Nobody needed you to do that. Nobody wanted you to do that. I don't even know what you're doing. Like, what is this? So the problem is that a lot of people don't defend you because you do things that are indefensible. Right. You do things like bringing her up whenever you're talking about valid military target. You do shit like talking about how terrorist organizations that kidnap people that are like complete third parties, like fucking Filipinos for a year almost. You act like what they're doing is good. Like, that's the problem, right? You want to get people to defend you, you have to do things that are defensible. You can't support this.
Defendable, bro. Defensible. Bro.
Crazy shit. And then, like, I remember, like, for example, when that one dude went and shot those 2 Israelis at the embassy, you go put your chat on sub mode, everybody's spamming hearts when you're reading the manifesto. Man, that doesn't look good. And so, like, if you want to have people defend you, if you want to have people be on your side, if you want to go to the streamer games, you want to be part of the, sponsor events, etc., you've got to dial shit down, man.
Dude, I swear to God, this guy is just saying the most common sense shit, and Hasan is going to take this very clip, he's going to respond to it, and pretend that Asmon is the fucking devil that needs to be eradicated from this planet. Like, literally, he will take the most commonsensical take and be like, I can't believe Asmon is doing this, guys. He literally just said the most common sense things like, hey, if you want to be part of mainstream events, and if you want your friends to associate with you without, being blacklisted from sponsorships and shit like that, then stop being freaking nut job crazy. It's that simple. And people think my videos are criticizing Hasan, which they are, half the time. But half the time, if Hasan actually watched every episode of the series, I give him such good advice. Legitimately, I just ask him to stop being crazy for a second, and people will automatically start liking you. It's really not that hard. It's not that difficult. On the internet, people do so much heinous shit, and everybody just forgives them and moves on. Like, legitimately, the internet is a memory of a goldfish. I'm literally trying to help him here, and he just doesn't listen. Moving on to XQC versus Hasan. Oh, by the way, guys, I was wearing it all along. I'm sorry, I'm a villain. I will never change my shirt as long as I live. You absolute blundering baboons, you all fell for it. My master plan. If you...
We gotta tell him to stop it and get some help. But that was hilarious, bro. That was hilarious. He got me too. I'm like, bro, where's the North Face shirt? He got me.
You fell for that, comment below, all right? I left a little hint. I think I left like a little bit of text here so you guys would see it. But hey, yeah, you gotta wait till episode 150 now, all right? I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, is what it is. You know what? Not 150, because I don't know if I'm gonna continue the Hasan series, but you gotta wait till the end of the year, let's say. The end of the year, all right? January 1st, I will be changing my shirt, all right? Legendary day. Ladies and gentlemen, feels good to be back in my home turf here, alright? Anyways, XQC versus Hasan. Basically, Hasan called out XQC, blaming him for a lot of past drama. Essentially, Hasan said that they actually used to be friends, but because of XQC turning relationships into this transactional thing, they stopped being friends or whatever. Now, XQC responded, absolutely crashing out on him, calling him a liar, and then calls him out for like promoting terrorism. It's a hilarious clip after this, but a lot of this stems from XQC actually getting $100 million to move to Kick, and that made Hasan very, very jealous. XQC dumbfounded at Hasan playing the hero role when explaining why his generation doesn't collab anymore. He thinks his own perspective is the world.
I'm good on that.
Transactional relationships become very transactional because like before 2020, a lot of content creators were just like friends with one another, like legitimately friends with one another, right? In my generation of content creators, like the top dogs, we were all friends with one another. We like legitimately hung out with one another. You know, Trainwrecks, XQC, even fucking Asmongold from time to time. And it wasn't like a thing. It wasn't a big ordeal to just like collaborate with someone, right? And at the time, their opinions weren't the way that they are. So when you say like ew, you're reflecting on that with like today's opinion.
Like, the man forget they all threw us under the bus for no reason. Buddy, did he forget that they threw us under the biggest bus that they could because they weren't making the money we were making? I mean, you're joking, right?
Throughout time, I feel like those collaborations became like more serious, more professional. Like there was an expectation, a tit for tat. It became way more.
I mean, it's business.
way more
transactional. Is that what he's gonna say? Let's see. Wait, hold on.
transactional.
Oh my. It's business, bro. Like, what? What? Yeah, a bunch of friends started streaming together. COVID hit. 2020 hit. The whole world shifted. Everybody's home with nothing to do. A lot of money ended up being moved to the streaming sector of society. A lot of money. Because people were just home streaming things. So now all this money is behind these different groups. They can't just be like, oh yeah, our investors want us to collab with you. We'll just wing it whenever. But they put 50 million in us. No, you can't just wing it whenever anymore. Now it's gonna start to get more structured. Yeah, there's a lot of money on the line. Somebody put 50 mil in us to pay for this, that, and the third, because they know if we keep streaming, we're gonna bring in 300 mil. In the same time period. It's an investment. This is corporate America, bro. This is capitalism. This is what you keep talking about. Hasan. What? Bro, he's just a tool.
Right? And people got
Okay, this man is okay, guys. I'm gonna say it again. This man is a problem these days, where he sees he thinks that everything is his own perspective is like the world. If anybody makes transactional collabs, it's him. He's the only one who sees these things the way that, buddy, you are making your own world. We don't, not everybody lives in that world.
Oh, absolutely. I don't doubt this at all. For Hasan, obviously most things are transactional. He's projecting his own worldview upon other people, right? Just because the only reason he collabs with other people is to increase his viewership and increase his influence and, you know, spreading his political ideology. That's his main goal, to convince most people to his cause, right? He thinks everybody else is also like that. But obviously most people don't have this secret political agenda, right? And they're not trying to brainwash everybody. And from what I've seen regarding XQC, I don't think this is the case where he only collabs to get some sort of profit himself, because for a period of time, he was literally the biggest streamer. So anybody he collabed with was literally smaller than him. And most of the time he's just collabing with his friends to play games or whatever, and they don't really have like a big viewership or anything like that. So it's just weird. He would collab with people who weren't even streamers at points.
Those are all good points to, good additional points. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If we have to do it like legally, like look at FaZe. Look at how their investors and all of that turn things around. Like, bro, like once certain amount of money get involved, bro, like pat down, son. It's not all about you.
Also, I'm actually starting to feel bad for Hasan. Here he is, completely oblivious, thinking, oh yeah, we all used to be such good friends, SUC, Asmongold, and I wonder why our friend group disbanded. Brother, maybe because you became completely fucking insane. Our friend,
hold on,
disbanded. Brother, Maybe because you became completely fucking insane, dude. Like a radical freaking nut job. Like, this is the equivalent of finding out your friend is a PDF file. Like, legitimately, it's almost at that level where you're like, yeah, I just not gonna associate with you anymore. I should probably report you to the police, you know? But, you know, can you imagine an alternate timeline where Hasan and Asmongold are best friends? Dude, oh my god, I would pay good money to see that shit. Then Hasan calls out XQC, basically blaming him for everything.
I think like the big nuclear bomb in terms of like my generation, like no longer collaborating with one another and no longer having a sense of community with one another, I would say was during COVID, XQC's mistreatment of other content creators kind of started this drama a little bit because he would just like treat every content creator like a fucking NPC.
What?
And because he was rewarded tremendously for that, no one.
Dude. Chat, guys, I am not. This man actually needs help. I'm not.
What? Let me play it for you.
What?
What? Hit him again with the
What?
what? That is insane, son. No way he said that.
Somebody's gotta check in and just sit down. Are you okay? Yo, Hasan, we care. Are you okay, buddy? Is the man okay?
No one really said anything about it, and a lot of people just like kind of let it happen. It wasn't even just GTRP. It was like Among Us, GTRP, No Pixel. Every time there was like a serious collaboration, like that's where it initially started. There were some people who called him out. I wonder who those people are. And, you know, they got yelled at quite a bit. And I was doing that as a friend, too,
Bro,
like at the time. 'Cause we were
What a passive-aggressive weirdo, bro. I can't believe people watch this guy.
still close. And then after that, it just like kind of kept spiraling over and over again. Then there was the kick ordeal. A lot of these guys were getting money from a crypto gambling casino online. And,
Chat.
you know, of course,
Chat, I am speechless. This man is in another world. Yo, this has to be some psychosis. Chat, where's the camera? Chat, there's a camera in the room, okay? Is this okay?
Where's the
camera? Honestly, there's a camera. A Netflix crew is at his house, and they're filming him in a skit where he's the hero. The devil came to the platform, and I was the only one who was calling him out. I was saying, Felix, don't do this, please. Please don't do this. Not the gambling. And then I tried as best as I could, but the world didn't see what he was like. Only I saw that. Like,
financial
what the
interests,
fuck?
come into play.
He's crazy.
Dude, you can't be serious. Hasan playing hero again, dude. How many times does he actually do this? It seems like he's the one good force in this entire world and everybody else is just evil, guys. With Asmongold, he's the only sole creator, the hero fighting back. With XQC, he's the only person keeping this menace in check. Like, oh my god, dude, the other week, XQC was playing Clash Royale. What a disgusting freak, man. I can't believe this guy's allowed to have a platform. How? Somebody tell me, how is he always the main character, the arbiter of truth? And listen, you know, I've said this before, but I think it's perfectly fine to draw a moral line wherever you want to do, right? Hasan thinks gambling is bad, you know, promoting gambling is bad. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people do, right? But then you got to be consistent with your morals. You can't say gambling bad, but terrorism good. It's just a fucking like, nobody is buying that shit, dog.
Right.
At this point, we know that you're just virtue signaling because you don't have a consistent moral line. Right? The only reason you say gambling is bad is because XQC got a $100 million contract and you did not, and you were unable to secure a good contract for yourself. Right? So after this, XQC starts losing it and starts crashing out at him.
The whole gambling saga wasn't about gambling. It was the fact that like some one-off thing happened, and because you weren't getting your bag, then you threw everybody under the bus because some guys were not getting paid as much as the other guys. Oh, dude, we don't like gamba, and they did all that. And because people found an escape out of this fucking cycle, then it's our fault. Oh, it's our fault. We did this. Don't promote gambling. Promote terrorism. Yes.
Right, like imagine that, bro. Imagine you and a group of content creators are supposedly friends and whatnot, and then a few of you, cause bro, content creating, even this, making 2-3 videos a day, 5 videos a day. You got people like Mac Mulo who be doing like 15, 20, maybe even up to 30 reaction videos a day. That's work, bro. That is work, bro. That is work. in some aspects of it is like more dedication than sitting down in a 9 to 5 job. You go to a 9 to 5 job, you do what you're told to do, you get out. Content creating, bro, you gotta write the script, you gotta come up with this. Even if you're reacting, you have to have some sort of charisma or characteristics about you that people like. Like, you have to have something, bro, you know? And then you have to put in the work. If you're not editing your videos yourself, you got to figure out a way to record your videos, put them in a folder, send them to somebody, let them edit your videos, get it back in time to upload this. You got to do stuff, bro. You got to do stuff. This is actual work. Where was I going? And then some of these people get this money, right? Put in work, they make their money, and they're just trying to, like, I don't even remember where I was going because this guy just threw me off. Hold on.
This. Don't promote gambling. Promote.
Right. And the group, so all of that work, bro. And then one group of people figure out a way to, all right, if we promote gambling real quick, we'll get enough money where we won't have to work like this every day. And we could get out of the rat race. And this other dude, because he didn't figure it out, and he's supposed to be your friend, because he didn't figure it out, or because he's not one of the dudes getting paid that much, he now starts slandering everybody in the group. What would you do? You would do the exact same thing. You would move on with your life. Right, forget this guy. He's a weirdo. He's jealous. I'm going to keep going and get my money, and I'm going to do what I got to do. Then this guy going to come back around and say, you're the worst creator to be here. You're bringing down the platform. You're doing this and that. It's like, bro, you sound like a hater, bro.
Terrorism. Yes! Guys, don't gamble. Instead, be a terrorist. Boom! Holy shit, buddy. Lock in.
Oh my god, bro. XUC is that one weird kid that is just fucking hilarious. So basically, just breaking down the XUC dialect there, he's saying that Hasan was never mad at him gambling, but he's only mad that he didn't get like an especially big deal, right? An equally big deal. XUC got $100 million that went very viral, and Hasan, we know this, right? He's the guy who brags about money at a phase party that is full of a bunch of upcoming streamers. So he's obviously holds this at a very high regard. He went and said, he's like, oh yeah, I'm the richest person at this party. So he clearly, you know,
Right.
holds his position as a wealthy person at a high regard. He loves to brag about his money, right? But yeah, now XUC is, you know, in a different league of his own right now. He can't hope to compare. Hasan might be very rich, but he does not have $100 million. So he's very jealous, right? But it is honestly just getting embarrassing, man. He treats other content creators like NPCs. Hasan, and we just got the 4 musketeers behind him. Show the picture of Hasan putting iDubbbz in the cuck chair, all right? Come on. That is the most NPC treatment humanly possible. Hasan's generation, it is the absolute 2 gooners that were after Hasan, calling him hot and shit. Play the clip.
Oh,
He's so smart. He's so deeply attractive. He's so well spoken. He's built. I mean, I'm just looking at him the whole time thinking,
He's
you're
cute.
with the full fucking package, dude.
Then
Bro,
XUC talks
bro,
about how his
I saw this interview with these 2 women. It was absolutely weird. You should go look it up. Look up them 2 women talking about Hasan. What?
Hasan never actually collabs downwards or, you know, collabs with people with lower viewership.
But that was just my gen.
This is literally instant defeated by the sense of his no free collab policy, where he won't collab downwards no matter what. And name every collab that I've done in the past. Hold on. And name somebody, the people that I've been with that were lower than me in viewer count. 90% of my collabs were with lower viewer count my entire career. Now do the same thing with this guy. This guy, he probably did 3 collabs his entire life with people that were less viewer counts than him. He only shoots up. Hold on. Unless they are a terrorist. Then it's full steam ahead. Please be on my stream. Please, please, more terror. It's insane. The man has lost all the marbles. Buddy, the spaghetti has fell out of his pocket. On God.
Right?
What is going on with this guy?
Listen, I'm sure there's a couple instances of Hasan, collabing with other people who are, in the friend group or whatever, who have lower numbers or whatever. But I do think Hasan is usually very strategic in who he collabs with, right? He's always trying to break in to a more mainstream audience, and he uses his so-called friends to do it, right? This absolute sociopath. And one of his prime best buddies is our boy Jellywig, of course, right? Now, Jellywig, as we know, obviously has a very, very mainstream audience, very brand friendly. He's friends with literally every streamer, the Hollywood of Twitch, right? And he has access to everyone and anyone, all the sponsors, everything, right? Because he does gaming and variety. And Hasan loves this. He loves that he's friends with Jellywig. He would love to get in bed with him and use him in order to reach a wider audience and brainwash the regular population with his nonstop propaganda. And I think it's pretty dangerous, to let this guy spew his constant propaganda to a mainstream audience, which is why it's important to cut off this absolute snake, and anyone who associates with this guy will be clowned on by me. Oh no, now Hasan is gonna make XQC a military target. Is Hasan secretly the king of rage bait? I mean, dude, if your entire life is rage bait, I mean, that's just you, right? This is the Casey-tron strat again, where like, I'm just trolling, guys. I'm just trolling. Hasan back at it again. I think in SQC's chat, whenever Hasan's name is brought up, they start spamming Hasan because he's a snake. Hiss, Anyways, Hasan responded. Hasan calls XQC racist after X said Hasan promotes terrorism. Alrighty, the classic strategy, I guess.
Don't promote gambling. Promote terrorism. Yes! Guys, don't gamble. Instead, be a terrorist. Boom!
Be a terrorist. I like that he went. This is incredible. This is incredible political commentary. I'm glad that he's still doing that. I got destroyed in the marketplace of ideas. I can't really do nothing about that. Hasan intellectually destroyed in the marketplace of ideas. Yeah, Chatter was right. XUC was right about me. There's nothing I can do about that. It's weird how y'all were friends at once. Yeah. I'm promoting terrorism by saying, hey, Israel shouldn't do genocide. And also the international law dictates that people are allowed to fight back against Israel doing a genocide.
Dude, there's just no way. There's just no way this guy's talking about the law, guys. Terrorists, they would never violate the law, guys. I've never seen evidence of them doing that. There's no actual forensic evidence of any terrorists violating laws. I actually haven't seen the court case, where the terrorists are proven without a reasonable doubt that they committed crimes, right? Of course, Hasan is right here. Dude, you just can't be serious. This is the hill he wants to die on, that terrorists don't commit crimes, guys. Like, dude, you're such a hypocrite. It's crazy. Also, how embarrassing is to get intellectually dominated by XQC, dog. Put the toenail clip.
It's cool because he basically went from
that.
why are you calling me out for promoting gambling? I'm also racist as
What? So that's why I don't really get into the gravity of those kind of conversations and stuff. Because, bro, I got mad stuff I got to figure out in life, bro. I got so much I got to figure out. I got to stay focused and stay true. I'm not into none of the negativity. And I'm not that patriotic about any singular thing where I'm going to be blinded to the fact that killing innocent children is wrong, no matter what side of the party I'm on. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Really cares about children, yeah, right? He really cares about the kids. He's such a nice guy. And then he supports organizations that use them as human shields. You absolute delusional psychopath, bro. Where did racist come from? I didn't even see a single example there. Why did Hasan randomly call SUC racist? Did I miss something? Is like Hasan's fucking pea brain getting to me or something like that? Yeah, it's just a Hamas Piker special where, hey, I don't want to listen to any of your arguments. I'm just going to slander you as a racist so that my chat just doesn't listen to you anymore, Right, so then SUC responds to Hasan calling him racist.
why are you calling me out for promoting gambling? I'm also racist as I know that a lot of people in these spaces.
Because I thought it'd be a funny joke. Like, he's racist because of something funny, like some gotcha or something like that. But there's nothing to it. He's not gonna substantiate the claim or anything.
Kind of a ridiculous thing.
Kind of boring.
Say.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just not going to clarify. He's just going to put it out there. His audience obviously doesn't care about fact checking or anything like that. He's just going to straight up lie there. Usually works for his son, so why bother? Don't need examples because they don't have common sense. People responded, it baffles me that people actually tune in to watch Hasan. Are these people mentally insane? Yes. Every time Hasan gets any criticism, he does this annoying little and then laughs and deflects by using the genocide defense. So boring, so intellectually empty. Dude, his little laugh is like, it's literally like H-E-H, you know? Fucking annoying as shit, dude. Moving on to Hasan versus Asmongold and Tectone. Basically, Twitch has implemented their crackdown on bots, and a lot of the top streamers had a bunch of bots in their streams, and everyone's viewership is now going down. Keep in mind, other people can also bot you, so it's not necessarily the streamer's fault all the time, and it seems like Asmongold took a big hit as well as Tectone. So Hasan is calling them out. Hasan takes shot at Tectone's viewership post-bot update. Also breathes a sigh of relief knowing that right-wing commentary isn't as popular as he thought due to Asmon's new numbers.
Just a lot of people who are invested in right-wing commentary. That's what I thought. And I think I was a little wrong about that. I think that there is an organic audience for right-wing commentary. It's just not as big as I thought it was. Adjusted to their viewership is like Tectone, Asmongold's second in command. He's had a big cut as well. I believe he went from like what did he go from? Sully Gnome. Thank God you were wrong. Yeah, I placed a lot of emphasis on like organic viewership. I thought it was like real. And I thought it was and the reason, yeah, he went from like 5K or he went from like 5K viewers to, as soon as the bots went down, to 1K, 1.5K to 2K. Hasan is making me learn about their streamers against my will. He dropped almost 50% of his viewers, but today he begged his Kick YouTube streams to open his Twitch stream on another tab. Why would you ever think anything the right wing is doing is real? I look at these numbers as a content creator because I'm matching the political shift happening in the environment that I exist in real time.
The political shift. Oh my god. Yo, bro, you know they all go to like brunch together? You know that? You know that? They all go to the same cigar clubs, 6:30 on a Sunday, stay chatting and smoking cigars till 10:45. Like, you know that? Like, they do that, bro. What are you talking? Like, that's another reason why I don't really deal with American politics and all that. Like, I've come from places where it's predominantly 3 to 4 different groups vying for the top spot. Here, you're either left or right. You're either right or wrong. You're either this or that. And I think that is very crippling to actually finding solutions. And how it seems today, it's like a pit against each other. When I look at the political history in America, Congresses and parties before, they would say things like, I agree with my opponent on this front, I disagree with my opponent on this front. Today, it's just slander, 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 slander. Look into his wife. Who's she sleeping with? Slander, slander, slander. You know what I mean? And I just don't get it, bro.
Right. So first off, pretty sure that he's not down to 1K. Pretty sure that was just another bull-faced lie by Hasan there. Anyways, I highly doubt that Tectone and Asmon were botting themselves. They don't really need to. Likely their fans might have botted them or their org might have botted them. Tectone was literally calling this shit out for ages now, you know, saying that, everybody's going to be exposed for having a bunch of bots or whatever. But I just love how every single time he conveniently never mentions the multi-stream. So Tectone streams on YouTube and Kick and on Twitch. So the viewers are obviously segmented, right? And Hasan doesn't want people to know this. He only compares Twitch stats, right? In Hasan's echo chamber, only Twitch exists. And he doesn't, I think he wants his viewers to not even know that these other platforms even exist so that they always think that Hasan is always on top. People responded, do you know why he's so obsessed? I speculated it has to do with he knows that Twitch won't throttle his bots just like everyone else's. He knows that he hasn't earned anything. He didn't build himself up from zero the way they did. And he knows a reckoning is coming. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch was playing favorites regarding Hasan. Even if he doesn't bot, I don't really care. I feel like there are a couple streamers at the top who do bot themselves, which is just not a good idea or whatever. They just want to get like sort of recommended, you know, have the sponsors think that they're more popular than they actually are, etc., etc. People like Asmongold don't really need to do that, obviously. It seems like somebody has been doing it for them, right? So Asmon responds calling out Hasan again, asks why Hasan used to lie about Tectone's Twitch viewership.
Yeah, he went from like 5K or he went from like 5K viewers to, as soon as the bots went down to 1K, 1.5K to 2K.
He's gonna show us the stats.
Why? Why do you do this?
Oh no, Hasan lying? Wow, I'm so shocked. I could have never guessed this, guys. Wow. Oh my god. 500 fucking time, guys. Holy shit, come on. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? I guarantee you he's gonna blame it on his chat, be like, I actually read that message in chat, guys. Well, don't fucking take everything you see in your chat at face value. Like, every single time, his chat just rage baits him and, like, tells complete lies to him. He goes like, I can't believe that happened. Like, dude, come on. Moving on to Ethan calling out Hasan. Basically, if you remember last time, Aiden Ross said that Hasan should be deported, right? And he said he's going to talk to Trump about it or whatever. Hasan immediately started talking about Ethan for some reason. Ethan says, Aiden Ross says Hasan should be deported. How could Ethan do this?
Did you see Aiden said he's going to ask Trump to deport you? Oh my God. Ethan is going to suck Aiden Ross's cock for that.
What?
Holy shit. Oh my God. That's so funny. Aiden Ross is about to be the #1 greatest ally to Ethan Klein and the pest that is also known as Destiny.
All right, bro. Yeah, I don't support that. I don't support that. How you jump to him, then how you bring his woman involved in the mix, get her involved, and then you don't just bring her in the mix, but you degrade her with such a derogative term. Like, I'm cool, bro. That's why people don't like you. I'm gonna give Caesar due Caesar, and I'm gonna be fair and unbiased at all times if I can. But that right there is why people don't like you.